Hello there, and welcome back to the channel. Got another session for you with Cookie, and it's still kind of crappy-ish weather, just wet and gross out there, so we're working inside, but it's also working out well for a thing I want to kind of talk about and work through and observe. I'm hoping this lesson isn't going to go the way I want it to, but we're going to put it up anyways. It stopped as soon as I was about to mention it, but you might hear some clanking and banging in the background. That is just Pippi entertaining herself in the crate. Pippi, our puppy. We're not going to really do anything about it because Cookie doesn't really care. So yeah, if you just hear random clinking and banging, that's just her doing her thing, settling down from her session. Hopefully and it seems like she is winding down. It was a lot worse prior to hitting record, but she'll settle into a nap and then it's no big deal. But that might change as we get into this. So the big thing I want to work on with Cookie in this session is to do with playing tug and some bite work. I will start off with a little caveat where my experience and knowledge of proper bite work in sports is very limited. And there's not much intention of her going into any sports for bite work anyways, nothing seriously. Maybe this will inspire and change things, who knows? But everything that I'm gonna do is kind of coming from that, but again, not with any intentions of getting into sports. So I'm not really being careful of doing anything technical incorrect or setting her up for some failure in those aspects later. It's using just what is already there to play some games and basically, hopefully, properly scratch some itches. Because I feel like that is, as we've been working with her in the past weeks, what is kind of the leading focus. I mean, genetics can just in of itself be a thing, but leaning purpose or reason behind some of our anxiety and reactivity, that the German Shepherd in her wants to do bite work, basically wants to play tug, wants to just grip, hold, thrash. Hi, I know, I'm doing a lot of talking on this one in the beginning. And that's just not fully, that itch isn't getting fully scratched, not fully, properly, and hence some of the reactivity and the anxiety. Now, it's not for lack of trying. Her owners have done a fair amount of playing tug and playing with the flirtful. Don't want to put too many words in her owner's mouth. If I remember properly in our discussions back in the consultation, though, what they've experienced with Cookie doing this is just a lot of intensity, a lot of excitement, and it can almost feel a little scary, a little intimidating, and maybe concerning given the reactivity and whatnot towards people that we don't want to create an aggressive dog kind of thing. And so they maybe haven't done as much of that work as they, not knowingly, but could have, should have in a sense. The whole point of what I want to get to in this video. And for sure, I do remember the discussions that it was just done as its own separate thing in play and fun, but not really tied into training, not tied into obedience, not quite making solid rules. There was an out, a drop it command that she understands very well, made my life a lot easier using it, but not in a broader scope than just the play. So hopefully that's what we can get into. But without further ado, let's just go straight into it. One of the things that we did notice as playing tug, good girl. While playing tug, she gets really into it. Good. Set her up on the camera, see if I can get a good shot for you guys. There it is. Drop it. Good. The chatteringness that goes on there. And she'll even start drooling, and I notice her drooling more in doing bite work than when I'm working with food. There's the first drops. Good. Down. Sit. Good. Down. Yes. Good. Oh. And all of that is just anticipation for this, and that's part of what could be maybe a little intimidating to some people as they're working through it. Just overexcitement. She thrashes a lot, she pulls hard, there's growling going on. This is all part of the game, part of the fun here. Drop it. Good. Place. No. Cookie. Place. Good. But in the weeks of working with her and playing tug and doing all this, while noticing the chattering, noticing the drooling, what we just noticed yesterday, and this is what, again, the whole point of my video here, is as we worked with her and kept playing more tug for, I don't know, it was 15 to 20 minutes or so, there was less of the chattering, there's less of the drooling. Still plenty of licking, so there's probably salivation going on inside of the mouth, but not dripping. And right now we can see a little bit of control. Good. Now that she's panting like this, you can definitely tell. With the black dog and far enough away, you might not be able to see the subtle chattering that was getting less and less and finally stopped. But this is kind of what I'm getting at, where there's that initial excitement, that initial intensity, and then it started to go away. It's very possible that her owners have noticed or experienced this and just wasn't aware of the kind of the point I'm making. But again, this is where biologically fulfilling the dog can come in and be the cure, so to speak, for a lot of reactivity and anxiety and whatnot. Because their brain, again, is wired in a particular way, and they get this itch, but it's not always properly and fully scratched. Yes! Get me. Oh, good girl. Playing these biologically fulfilling games and exercises, in this case, bite work with a sleeve. It could just be her tug. It can be the flirt pole. It doesn't have to be something that represents like a protection sport traditionally used or done with German Shepherds. I've seen some poodles that have done it too. Good, hold it, hold it, hold it, good. Drop it. Sit. You're already gonna do that. Good. The chattering is coming back a little bit, fresh off the bite. Down. Sit. Place. Good. Good. And that's just more about the adrenaline, like finally I got the bite again and we can go it, and already kind of letting it go. And I feel like, yeah, it's hit and miss right there for a second. But I do genuinely feel like in this last couple of days, this aspect of the bite work and tug and whatnot, playing with her, has developed, whereas she would still be chattering, she would still be drooling if we waited this long in the first couple of weeks. So again, just making progress overall. Good. No, place. Good. But things like this right there, making it part of the obedience, adding some impulse control, getting her into the high intense as far as we can drive her into the bite and the play and the excitement, and then slowing it down. It doesn't have to be place. It doesn't have to be stationary sits and downs either. It could be heel. It can be what we talked about in week 4 in our course, place without place. Just, good. Just let go of the bite, chill out, let's move, let's do this, let's do that, let's not, whatever. But let's bring it down until, yes! Oh, good girl. Until I invite it and bring it on. Good girl. That sleeve's not so easy to slip out of. It's a puppy practice sleep, so not really meant to be slipping too much or too drastically. Oh. Oh, good girl. Drop it. Yes. Good. Oh, you got it. Good girl. Come on. Pick it up. Move, 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 move. Come on, Cookie. Good. Drop it. No. Good. Good. Got some chattering coming up again. more drooling, and then letting it go, letting it pass. And yeah, I actually just double checked prior to hitting record on the social media, the stories that we have saved of her, of all the times that we had been playing tug and whatnot, to see if we showed any of the drooling, chattering stuff, but not a lot of it to show and compare to what I'm talking about, what I feel like I'm noticing, how she's letting the adrenaline subside and getting herself into a calmer state more quickly. Good girl. Now, she's not really in a command. There's no rule about keeping it out of her mouth right now, even though the last thing I did say to her was drop it. So I don't care that she's doing this. However, drop it. No, drop it. Good. Drop it. Good. No. Right off the command, no, of drop it. Good. No. Good. No. No. Good. Nope. Drop it. Good. Teaching a little bit more impulse control. No. Good. Outside of the command, as opposed to being stuck in a place or a sit or a down where she can focus on doing that behavior. Let's go. Good. No. Drop it. Good. Yes. Work on some more impulse control. Now, she was doing a lot more chattering and drooling, drooling compared to hanging out on place and me several feet away because I'm right in her face with the toy. So that's still gonna take some time and practice for her to really learn. But again, I'm like teasing her with it right there in her face. Oh, good girl. Come on, Prince. And this is part of the stuff where I'm kind of pulling random things of memory of doing bite work. Ooh, reverse knees. Bite work many years ago. As far as letting them feel proud about the win, ripped it off my arm, prance around, possess it, be proud of the win. But this is why we make a move. No, drop it. Good. Don't want them chewing and destroying it. It's brand new too. Good. Let's go. Sit. Good. Sit. Good. Good. Sit. Nah. Good. Yes. So when there's the command for her to focus on, she's a little better about that impulse control. You can argue it was the second repetition, so she's learned from that other one without the sit. And there's some truth there. Drop it. Good. Drop it. Good. There we go. Panting, even though I got it in her face. No. Teasing. Drop it. Good. No. Drop it. Good. Drop it. Gotcha. Yes. But all in all, again, yeah, I feel like as we're playing tug with her more, throwing in the rules here, self-control, but giving her an outlet for the German Shepherd in her brain there, I feel like overall she is calming down more and more and just less anxious, less on edge, less reactive. Now, hopefully weathers will improve and we can start working more outside and come across people and other dogs. We'll probably reach out to some clients and friends to help us out with that. And then obviously, like I did last time, I've got the e-collar being worn. It's on my hip here. and we have the green light to actually get started on that. So that's the next thing that we'll be doing, especially if the weather's not so good. Start introducing her to the stim, the tone, the vibrate, and all of that. And then include it in this. Drop it. You're getting sloppy there. I'm letting it because I'm talking. Yes. But there we go. Oh, good girl. Oh, yes. Good. Drop it. No, drop it. Good. Come here. Good. All done. Put that away. Good. So a bit of a longer session, maybe parts of it less flashy, especially when I'm just sitting around talking, kind of offloading my thoughts, and maybe kind of, hopefully it was coherent enough that you got the gist of what I'm putting down. Definitely not something that I speak often on and about in practice, especially with clients, hence the nature of my speech, I guess, compared to some of the other topics that I'm more practiced at talking about. But good girl, come here. But yeah, I feel like adding a little bit more of that as an outlet for her, as a reward for the obedience, having, bless you, that was, you got some spray on that one. Hi. But yeah, having something as small as a tug, not a sleeve, and bringing that out in the world with us can be a really good outlet if she's feeling a little antsy around new people and dogs and whatnot. So, hey, I think that's about it that I wanted to cover in this one. So as always, if you liked what you saw, hit the like button. If you have any questions about anything, good, drop them in the comment section down below, and be sure to subscribe so you can keep up with us and everything that we've got going on. Otherwise, we'll see you guys in the next one.